Welcome into the inaugural show. It's the debut show. It's the Speakeasy, sophisticated sports talk. Now, rain delay, we gave y'all a little bit of what this show's going to be like, but I'm Emmanuel Acho. That's LaShawn Shady McCoy, Eagles Hall of Famer. His birds just got the dub. And the sidekick, Kieran Care Bear. Kieran, what's on the word? What's on the menu today, baby?
Look, man, my Cowboys lost. Dak Prescott got spit on. The Eagles went out there. They did their thing. CeeDee Lamb dropped a bunch of passes. But we're going to start off with the Eagles. Did they impress you guys tonight?
I'm going to let you go first, brother, because I got to talk.
The Eagles got a W. Mm-hmm. Coming off the Super Bowl, that matters. The Eagles were not impressive at all whatsoever in this game. Shout out to the Eagles for getting a W, but the last time we saw the Philadelphia Eagles, they were beating down the Kansas City Chiefs. The last time we saw the Philadelphia Eagles, they were beating down the Washington Commanders. The last time we saw the Philadelphia Eagles, though they went against the boy genius and Sean McVay, they got the W. This time we saw the Philadelphia Eagles against the Cowboys defense that is partially healthy and partially depleted, against a Cowboys offense that has a bunch of first-time contributors in Javonte Williams and George Pickens. They did not look dominant. Again, shout out to the Eagles for getting a W, but if I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, which I am, I'm concerned about a couple things. Number 8, Adoree Jackson.
Yeah. Oof.
Number 2, the youth on that team. You have 6 starters on defense that are in their second year younger. Your cornerback, Quinyon Mitchell, second-year player. Cooper DeJean, second-year player. Makuba, first-year player. Then a linebacker, Jahad Campbell, first-year player. Nolan Smith, second-year player. Jalen Hunt, second-year player. A bunch of youth on defense, and it showed. Shout out to the Eagles for the W, but we have to find a solution at cornerback opposite Quinyon Mitchell because Darius Slay was missed 2-5.
Yeah, so you know what, though? I don't really mind a young, inexperienced defense. I don't mind that. You know why? Because a couple years ago, when we first went to the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts at the quarterback, the offense did well, but the defense really carried us, right? So now, offense, we got to carry the team because we have the more experience on offense.
Yeah.
You have A.J. Brown. You have Devontae Smith. You have, who else we got on there? Saquon Barkley, right? Yep. You have all these things. Dallas Goedert. You have all these different things. Yep. So why don't y'all lead the way? I'm okay with that. And we didn't do that. Like today, for example, how in the hell A.J. Brown, all-pro wide receiver, one of the best in the game, you have one target for one catch for 8 yards? How? And then you go against a defense, the Cowboys, who were not that good, right? Depleted as well, a lot of injuries, and there's no pass rush. Michael Parsons wasn't there.
Yeah.
Why are we not throwing the ball?
But here's the thing, Shady. Here's the thing.
Come
Again,
on.
I don't want to do this all year like we did last year. The Eagles got the W. They're 1-0. Currently, they got the best record in football.
Yeah,
For what
man.
it is, at the end of this weekend, only 16 teams are going to be 1-0. And the Eagles are one of the 16. So I hear you on this dude didn't get a catch and this dude didn't get a target. Again, A.J. Brown only got one catch, and it wasn't until the 1-minute 47-second mark in the fourth quarter. It's unacceptable, but this is what Eagles fans should be used to.
Yeah, but how are we a better team if one of our best players is not getting the ball? On offense, let's keep honest. Other than offensive line, the best player is Saquon Barkley and it's A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
That should work. I look at the Ravens, right? Now, they haven't won anything, and we've won a championship.
Yeah.
But look at the Ravens, you have Lamar Jackson. He gets a 1,800-yard rusher and Derrick Henry, right? And then you see the numbers go up for Lamar Jackson throwing the ball.
Yeah.
We can do them same things. And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts had a bad game. I'm just saying for us to be a great offense, we need everybody to be hitting on all cylinders.
But here's the converse, because Kieran, you from Dallas, correct?
Yes.
The inverse is this. CeeDee Lamb had 110 yards.
A lot of drops.
A lot of drops.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys lost.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown had 8 yards, but the Eagles won.
Mm-hmm.
So what fan would you rather be waking up tomorrow morning? Would you rather be CeeDee Lamb and a Cowboys fan and CeeDee has 110 yards? Shout out to your fantasy team if he's on it. Yeah. But you got a big L. Or would you rather be A.J. Brown, only had 8 yards, but at least you got the dub?
Yeah. To me, hearing LaShawn right now, it sounds like, I got ramen noodles in my pantry at home, and that's all I know I'm going to eat. And he's at a 5-star restaurant complaining that something came out a little cold. That's really what it sounds like. That's really what it sounds like right now. Jalen Hurts tonight, 19 of 23, 152 yards. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. But this is why the conversation does exist about Jalen Hurts being in those top 5 conversations. Does he belong there? Were you impressed by him tonight? Let's be honest. Were you impressed?
He plays solid, right? And
he won.
He played winning football. Yeah, so I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, for example, when you talk about the Eagles, what makes us scary, when you hear the names of the Jalen Hurts, of Saquon Barkley, you got Smitty, then you got A.J. Brown. Like, that's scary with the best offensive line in football. But if we're not utilizing that, are we really that scary? Because, listen, in this league, right, you're the defending champs. Everybody has your name circled, the team circled on the schedule. And every team won't be as bad as the Cowboys. Cowboys is a bad team. Yeah. That's really good on offense. All I'm saying is for us to be back-to-back champs, we got to utilize all our weapons. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. How do you think A.J. Brown should feel right now?
Oh, he's reading books right now.
That's a question for the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
That's a good question for you guys, chat. Like y'all happy, y'all upset. If you A.J. Brown, I need to know, are y'all happy, y'all upset? Trey, throw that in the chat for the YouTube people.
Throw that in the chat, though, but real quick. Y'all played ball. You was an All-American at Texas. You played NFL. How would you feel?
I'm upset. I'm sick. It's like what Kobe said, the late, great Kobe Bryant. I don't just want to win. I want to be the reason my team wins. I want to contribute in victory. A.J. Brown's making $35+ million. Off the field, he's winning. I think he got engaged this offseason. On the field, he's winning monetarily speaking, and the Eagles are winning. But knowing the competitor that A.J. Brown is, Shady, you know him very well. I went to an Eagles game last year. A.J. Brown, knowing the dog he has in him, he wants to contribute. A.J. Brown right now is a glorified track and field athlete in football pads.
Wow.
He is. He's running. He's jumping. He might as well be a long jumper.
Wow.
Because he's not a wide receiver right now. He's not being utilized as one. So if I'm A.J. Brown, I'm probably upset because I know I have more to contribute. But the Eagles got the dub.
Care Bear, you play defense?
I played all offense growing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't hit
I actually play defense. I play no offense. And I'm thinking, if I'm a coordinator and I say I got the Philadelphia Eagles coming up on my schedule Sunday, I'm worried. I'm concerned. I'm scared because I know how good Saquon is. I know how good the line is. I know what they got in the wide receivers. But then when we get to the game, they're not even utilizing them though. So it's like, am I really that scared? I don't know if we can win a championship like this again. I don't know. I don't think so.
It's week 1 , man.
But
Bro,
it's not.
I'm telling you,
it's
man,
not even that. It's that ultimately then we have a
because our defense is not like that. I'm saying this. I'm watching.
They're young. That's fair.
Where last year our defense was solid enough.
Then we have to have a Jalen Hurts conversation. We have to have a Jalen Hurts. Time to have an uncomfortable conversation about Jalen Hurts.
Well, let me get comfortable.
Say it.
19 of 23. Completion percentage through the roof. No passing touchdowns. 152 passing yards. I would suggest Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback because he wins at a top 5 rate. But 152 passing yards. Jalen Hurts has never passed for more than 25 touchdowns in a season. Shady McCoy, you play with Mike Vick. You play with Deshaun Jackson. You play with a prolific offense led by Andy Reid. This offense, though dominant, especially on the running side of things, it's not prolific. Does it bother you that Jalen Hurts finishes the game with 152 passing yards?
I mean, listen, the way he plays the game is different than most other quarterbacks at the elite level. But his elite level is winning games, so I'm okay with that. My thing is that we have to take some shots deep because now, if I'm a defender, right, they always talk about, game planning for yourself. That means if I'm playing against Jalen Hurts, I'm playing against the Eagles, okay, they don't throw the ball deep. Right? They might take one shot all game. They're going to throw to the tight end every single play, and they're going to run the ball, watch them scrambling. That's not a lot to game plan for. So I'm just saying, I don't even want him to, he doesn't have to throw for 400 yards to say he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying for us to be an efficient offense, right? We can run the ball. We can do that.
Yeah.
We got to be able to throw the ball enough to keep everybody off balance. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think some fans were upset online tonight as well.
What they
looking
say?
at a tweet.
What the fans say?
They said, why did I draft A.J. Brown when this fullback throwing the ball doesn't even look his way?
See, I ain't going that far. Ain't no fullback now.
Football owners lost games tonight because of the offensive performances, which is crazy given the fact that 41 combined points in the first half, only 3 points scored in the second half. The Cowboys were shut out in the second half of this football game.
I mean,
can I say this real quick, though? Last point. Like, for AJ to be so good and be so valuable and we worth so much money, the way we use him, we don't even need to pay him that. Go get a regular wide receiver and put some of that money on a defense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't do this again all year. That's all I know. I'm not going to talk about it. Yeah. I can't do another.
So you don't care if we give him one attempt again?
Eagles win.
No, but I'm asking. So you don't. So F it. So
Eagles win.
All right. Well, we have results from the poll on YouTube. 60% say A.J. Brown should be happy with this win. 40% say no, and they are also frying y'all in the chat right now. They're saying Jaylen was actually the reason why the Eagles won tonight. I don't know where y'all are hating. I'm seeing that a lot. I'm seeing that a lot.
I don't know if we hating. We just saying like,
Jalen Hurts is a winner. We know
winner.
that.
That's right.
He is a winner.
Right, yes.
He's a winner. Jalen Hurts is a winner, period. If you are an Eagles wide receiver, I would probably be upset if I'm A.J. Brown and I had one catch at the 1 minute 47-second mark left. I'd probably be upset if I'm Devontae Smith and Jahan Dotson had more catches than me. Yeah. Dallas Goedert had more targets and catches than me. Saquon Barkley had more catches. I would probably be upset if I am one of the $27 or $33 million wide receivers that the Eagles have, and all those other individuals that aren't even paid to catch the ball as much as me are catching the ball. But the Eagles win. So, like, again, truth be told, I'm not hating. I'm not hating this year. So I'm done hating. New show. No more hating.
No more hating?
I never hated because I love my quarterback. I love Jalen Hurts. I love my guy. I'm just saying, if you look at our offense, you say, what is one area we need to fix up? You telling me it's not getting A.J. Brown involved?
Of course.
We're talking about A.J. Brown. We're not talking about no regular.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's the way you guys view it, though. It's always a work in progress.
Let me ask y'all this, though. I'm going to say something that I never like uttering in sports. I think the Cowboys got a moral victory.
Come on now.
What does that mean? I don't
Come
know.
on.
Moral victory? That's like 6th grade stuff.
Shady. If I would have told you.
You got beat by 30. You get a trophy at the end of the game.
No.
What?
If I would have told y'all Cowboys only lose by 4 tonight, I would have said, shout out Brian Schottenheimer, first-time head coach. I would have said, shout out Dak Prescott. And I also would have said, somehow, shout out to the defense if the Eagles only score 24 points. Last time we saw the Eagles offense against the Kansas City Chiefs, a top 5 defense in football, Eagles offense, yoom. And remember, the Eagles' defense is young, not the offense. Offense didn't lose nothing besides Micah Becton. So the fact that the Cowboys held the Eagles to 24 points, the fact that the Cowboys only lost this game by 4 points, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm actually leaving this game excited. They were a couple CeeDee Lamb drops away.
Thank you.
And a Miles Sanders fumble away,
Thank you.
Miles Sanders not getting caught by a linebacker away from winning this football game. I'm excited if I'm a Cowboys fan.
Shady.
He's a Cowboys fan. Let's hear
I am a Cowboys fan. And Shady, look, we love good quality losses over here with the Dallas Cowboys, okay? It was a quality loss. If I can sit back when I'm sitting here talking with y'all, when I'm sitting talking to my friends with a chicken wing hanging out the side of my mouth, and I can say, if that didn't happen, we would have won the game. I can say that about 3 different things today.
Yeah.
If he didn't get caught, we win the game. If he didn't fumble, we win the game. If CeeDee Lamb catches the ball, which I know he can do, which he's going to continue to do, we win the football game.
Quit the malarkey. No. All right, enough with it. This is the NFL. What are we talking? This ain't fantasy football. Y'all happy about a loss? The only people that should be happy about a loss for the Dallas Cowboys, but whoever took the plus 8.5. That's it. Y'all, plus 8 is the gamblers I'm talking about, and y'all didn't gamble on this game. How the hell we talking about a moral victory?
Can the chat answer, please? Trey, ask the YouTube chat. We want to hear from you.
I'm done,
Cowboys fans or NFL fans, are you happy about the loss, yes or no? Demarcus Ware is joining the show in a matter of minutes. Demarcus Ware, Cowboys Hall of Famer, 7-time All-Pro. He will be joining the show in a matter of 3 minutes. So let's talk about the Cowboys defense for a moment while this defensive Hall of Famer joins the show momentarily. Micah Parsons was the talk of the offseason. Micah Parsons, to me, probably a first ballot Hall of Famer, traded for Kenny Clark, 2 first-round picks. After this game, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm probably less upset about the Micah Parsons trade because I left that game saying, okay, in the second half after we made adjustments, we got some stops, we forced some punts, we got off the field on 3rd down. The Eagles didn't have the courage to go for it on 4th down at midfield. If I'm the Cowboys leaving this game, I might feel a little better about that Micah Parsons trade, only losing by 4-5. I know that's your Harrisburg boy. Where you feel about it all?
I disagree. I mean, I didn't see a lot of pass rush and pressure from the Cowboys. Did y'all?
No, I think 1 sack maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We got back there one good time. One good time, for sure. That was what we needed.
No, I mean, when you got a generational talent like Michael Parsons, you keep him. Mike is the truth. If he was in this game, now I'm going to say this. If Micah played in this game, I might have been scared.
Yeah.
Because he's going to cause some type of pressure. Jalen Hurts ain't going to be running around like that if Micah's out there. And y'all know that.
That's fair.
Y'all know that.
But at the end of the day, like, all of the Micah chaos, at least for me, if I'm thinking about it like this, with Micah Parsons no longer there, we're not talking about it still. Because it would have been talked about. If Micah wouldn't have practiced all week and played in the game, it would have been talked about again. Call me crazy, y'all. Call me crazy. I feel better about the Cowboys than I do about the Eagles after this game, which is crazy.
You said call you crazy?
Which is
crazy.
not that the Cowboys are going to be better, but like the coming into this game, I thought the Eagles were here, and I thought the Cowboys were here. After this game, I actually think the Eagles are here, and the Cowboys are here. So, like, that's what I mean. Like, coming into this game, I thought the Eagles were.
Why are you so high on the Cowboys after this loss for them? Tell me which
because
part?
The offense looked prolific. George Pickens drew some PIs. He did some
offense
things.
Played against a young, bad defense. We can say that defense looked bad.
Yeah.
The secondary didn't look good at all. There's no Jalen Carter out there. There was no real pressure.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to think, why y'all so excited? When they play, listen, first of all, they might, seeing how the Giants play this year, they might be last in the division.
Yeah.
Cowboys not a good team.
You can't say they're last in the division, though.
I said this, depending on what the Giants do.
Yes.
I'm not happy about that. Because we didn't play well and we made the game close.
Yeah, there's concerns defensively for the Dallas Cowboys.
Watching the Cowboys game, let's keep it a buck. How many guys got named on that defense, though? Let's keep it a buck, though.
We get paid to name players, so I can name the guys.
Man,
Doesn't mean they're good. I can name them.
In the chat, name some players.
I want to keep it real. They had some names and some numbers. I'm like, who is that?
Yes.
Numbers. Who's he? I see dudes with crazy stomachs. I'm like, who's this big guy? I'm just keeping it honest, though.
But if they were that bad, then why in the world did the Eagles in the second half not make any noise?
I'm going to start asking y'all some names.
All right, guys.
What you got for us, Care
I believe we have the best pass rusher in Dallas Cowboys history.
I know his number.
The best pass rusher in Dallas Cowboys history. Mr. Demarcus Ware, I believe, is in the building. Excited to see.
Ware, can you hear us, bruh?
What's up, big guys?
What up, man? Hey, it's our inaugural first guest in the Speakeasy. It's Demarcus Ware, 7-time All-Pro, 138.5 sacks. Do not forget the half. I got to give you your rightful introduction, big dog. I got to give you your rightful introduction. D. Ware, bro, first off, thanks for joining us, family.
I love the way y'all do it, man. I've been watching the whole thing this whole time, man. I'm actually coming down at the bottom, so I'm all in it. I'm all in it, man.
D-Ware, before we start hitting you with the real questions, 2-5, I know got a lot for you. Answer me this. How do you feel about the Cowboys after the first 60 minutes of play and after the first game?
I just look at just the first game. I think the Cowboys played to their potential with the talent that they had, but I just felt like the Philadelphia Eagles let them in, right? They played a sloppy game starting from the beginning of the game. It was like one of those things for me. I just say it like it is, but a lot of plays, a lot of throwing wasn't there, a lot of running that wasn't there. They did just the bare minimum to win, but I didn't see the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles. But then I saw the Dallas Cowboys. Now I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I know that they had a pretty good first team defense, but I saw them play and take advantage of a lot of the penalties, a lot of the things that were going on, and I was really, really surprised about the score at the end of the game. And them being able to move the football, run the football like they did. So I was like, oh, wait a minute, if they can, sneak a couple games in there, play like they played, all these penalties, and still capitalize on them and win some games, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, D-Ware, what's up, brother? I hated going against you, but I love to always see you. How you doing?
Yeah, brother.
I got a lot of questions for you, though. First of all, now, I didn't have to ask what number he was and who he was. I know who he was. When I watched the Dallas Cowboys defensive line, I don't know no names. I don't see no pressure. And we asking, are we missing Michael Parsons over there? What you think?
You know what the thing is? I don't see any names over there. I see the guys playing to their potential. I see them, to be honest with you, I see them playing a lot better together.
Oh,
right.
Hold on. Yeah, that pause for a reason. Because let me ask you this. What are you implying? Like, should the Cowboys regret trading Micah Parsons, or was that the right decision?
I think for business, it was the right decision. Because if you got a guy like Micah Parsons, and I, from an example is, all right, if you just got, just like you just said, Micah Parsons was the name on the defense. If you thought about the defense, it was Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is gone. So now everybody has to step up. Like, who just keep calling me? But everybody has to step up right now. And I got to see, without Micah Parsons, all right, everybody stepped up and they played a better game without him in there. And I was surprised seeing that. So I was like, wait a minute, like Micah's gone. I mean, I seen that, the Philadelphia Eagles, everybody keyed on the defensive guy. When Carter got out, they keyed on plays with him. When Micah, he's not there right now, they did a lot of edge plays where they lost contain on the pass rush and all that. I see all that. But all in all, the defense played better without him because it wasn't like everything was around Micah Parsons. Like, okay, we got to stick him here. Yeah. We got to rush him from the outside. We got to put him at defensive lineman. No, it was like you stay at your position and you just play. So it was like the lid got lit off a lot of those young guys, and they didn't have to think. They just had to go and play.
Yeah, but saying that, as I watched the game, I didn't see a lot of pressure from the Dallas Cowboys defense, right? And when they did get to Jalen Hurts, they were blitzing. Other than that, I didn't see no difference maker on there. And another thing is, it looks like the Cowboys have to put a lot of points up to be in these games. That's what it looks like, okay? So my thing is, if you're scoring, we got to eventually stop guys or get to the quarterback. Me. Now, you know better than anybody, but I didn't see him get to the quarterback.
I didn't see him get to the quarterback. They lost a lot of contain when they were out there. But Micah Parsons was like their hitter. Right, they're their go-to guy that was going to be able to get that pressure. But again, when Michael Parsons when he's not in the game, this is how they play. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. It's almost like you see what I'm saying. Right. So defensively, so Michael Parsons, he's never been out there. The last 3 years he's been playing, he hasn't been out there 100% of the time. Right. I know what it feels like to be out there 90-something plays a game. He's been playing 80%. You know how we used to play. We play out there every play. He plays like 80% of the plays. But so it's like now these number twos, they got to step up. Yeah. Like they have to.
Let me ask you this. I think you're the greatest Cowboys defender, especially since the turn of the century, but you had to leave Dallas to go get you a Super Bowl. Why haven't the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl in 30-plus years?
Atmosphere.
Meaning?
I'm gonna put it this way. When I left the Dallas Cowboys, there were a lot of Chiefs, right? Everybody wanted to shine. There was that star power, which is great. But there were no Indians. There were no glue. There were no guys that were really sticking everything together. It was me, Jason Witten, Romo, Marion Barber. I mean, T.O., you name it. It was a lot of big names, right? And we knew how to win football games. But at the end of the day, we know that when you walk into that locker room and you know why that guy plays or playing football, family, kids, when it's not about the money, when you get off of work at 4 o'clock, you're still there at 7. When you got to be there at 8 o'clock, you're there at 6, you're having meetings before. I experienced all of that. I mean, when I first walked into the Denver Broncos locker room, when I saw barbers up in there, when I saw, foosball tables and Connect Four, I'm looking like, man, what are these young boys doing? Until I started getting a lot closer to them, and it started being more like a family, where I didn't want to leave. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And the wives, they knew on Friday that the nannies were going to be there, and we were going to have like a family time. Yeah. So then now I dug a little bit deeper for that guy when I saw him miss a tackle or I saw something happen. I knew what he was going through in his life, and it changed everything for me. And with the Dallas Cowboys, I didn't. When we were there, when the clock hit 4 o'clock, everybody was gone. But it was different for me. You see what I'm saying? So it was a whole different deal.
You know what, though? From a lot of ex-Cowboys, I keep hearing that same message, though, right? Yeah. And I want to ask you, do you think that Jerry Jones has a lot of that effect on the team where he's so involved that maybe you can't get too close with players, or maybe I can't build that real bond that I want because y'all might be on the same page with the coaches, but if he come in there and he want this a certain way, it's going to go that way. Do you think he has a big effect on that?
I don't think Jerry Jones has a big effect on it because if you tell him what you want, he's going to give you what you want with probably, 20 and 30% more on that. But it's also just, to me, it's a hierarchy, right? And everything there is, again, it's about the star power. And if it was more family oriented, I think if the atmosphere changed a little bit to where you don't let in too much of the media, when you don't let in too much of the outer sources that are bringing in the income for the star, and sometimes you hold them off a little bit. Like when you start getting closer to the playoffs,
yeah,
and you like, all right, listen, let's close the locker room. Not every day. Let's just have it on Wednesday. Like little small things like that will go a long way.
Let me ask you about the inverse, a team that's won Super Bowls and at least been to a couple of the Eagles. Jalen Hurts gets criticized a lot. If you were still in your playing days, would Jalen Hurts scare you?
No, I wasn't like afraid of any type of player, but it's like one of those guys where I wouldn't. I mean, like rephrase that for me, E.
Meaning like, you could suggest Tom Brady. You might sleep with one eye open. Peyton Manning, that 2013 Broncos team, scared a lot of people. But Jalen Hurts, though the Eagles are a number one offense, Jalen Hurts' running ability, is it something you would have to worry about? Or are you like, look, he can't really pass, so I'm not too worried about it?
Yeah, no. So I get what you're saying. So I wouldn't be afraid of Jalen Hurts because, what I would do is this: what the Dallas Cowboys did. I was crush the pocket, right? It's almost like we would say, crush the pocket, put him in there so he can make a phone call, right? And that's throwing it down the field. But they let him out. You see, a couple times when they had him in the pocket, he couldn't move around. He didn't know exactly what to do until, guess what, you let him run out of the pocket. I don't play it against Michael Vick. That's different. I played against some of these runners out there. It's different. But like Jalen, I mean, if you can stop him from, running and make him stay back in that pocket, again, I don't even know how many passes they had tonight. What, 3? To maybe 2 to AJ Green?
You see what I'm saying? I told you that.
Yeah, AJ Brown had one catch.
Yeah, right. And so I'm just trying to.
Is Jalen Hurts? Is he unfairly criticized?
No, he's a very, very smart player. He's a very and what I mean by that, he's a smart player because he's going to throw the ball short. He's not going to make many mistakes. He's going to run when he needs to. And guess what? He got a beast back there with Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
All right, and they got a good run offensive line. So it's the scheme for him is perfect. Now, if you set him back there and said, hey, you're going to throw the ball 80% of the time like a Tom Brady, he's not going to be able to do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, tonight, for me, I didn't see really good defense play tonight, right?
Yeah.
Second half, I seen better effort, but I didn't see really good defense. I do want to ask you just about the Cowboys defense, though. What area do you think they need to get better at, right? And I think it coming from you, it means a lot because obviously who you are to the Cowboys, but really watch it, though, because it's like when you ask about the Eagles, it hits me different when I answer a question about the Eagles. So what areas you think or positions they need to get better at? They got to get better at.
All right, I'll start with a positive.
It's a lot though. So take your time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, real quick, D-Ware, it's so much I need to get worked on defense. Let me get a drink real quick. Let me get a quick shot. Yeah, because I watched that tonight, and you wasn't out there, so I know you need a lot of help. All right, carry on.
So I tell you what. First of all, I'm gonna start with one positive. The cornerback core played great because when you can get pressure on the quarterback, and he's back there and he has no one to throw the ball to, and then he had to run out of the pocket, I'm giving it to the back end right now. Right? They held it down. Now the front 4 or 5 or however what defense that they're running, I saw a lot of they were slanting, they were doing what they needed to do, but I didn't see no pressure. Like the first thing the first thing I would say is, where's the pressure at? Because if you can get them into third down, or third and long, or even passing situations, because they're going to play against a lot of passing teams, they got to be able to get pressure.
Okay.
And the corners got to be tight. And what I mean by the corners, the outside linebackers, they lost contain so many times. I saw Saquon Barkley, have these little screen routes and these little outside routes that they were just crushing them because the guys were making mistakes. I was seeing the mistakes they were making. Even on pass rush, when you're rushing up the field and you're running underneath, and then all of a sudden they throw a screen pass over you. And so it was like sometimes they didn't know exactly maybe their responsibility, what they should be doing. But, stopping the run first and getting pressure on the quarterback, they're going to have to really, because when what's his name? 97 Clark. When he wasn't in the game,
Clark's good. He's good.
Yeah, Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark is good. Yes.
Yeah. Clark. When Kenny Clark was in the game, he was penetrating. And every single time Saquon Barkley had to come back, and it was a short play. But when he got out of the game, it was just a little bit disarray for me. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's going on.
So at least my last question, we're going to finish it. Listen, so I do remember this, though. We had a great left tackle, Jason Peters, right?
Yeah.
And he would say, he won't
beast.
never say, help me out, but he would look at me like, hey, get that chip. And because you was the truth, though, right? And I knew who you was.
Yes, sir.
So since you are a Dallas Cowboy legend, you made a lot of money, right? But I'm going to give you a chance to make more money. I'm going to give you $1,000 if you can name me everybody on that defensive line other than Clark.
Hold on, this is our first speakeasy bet. This is our first speakeasy bet.
That's crazy.
$1,000 if he can name the whole.
Everybody but Clark. You know, Clark is nice. I'm playing as Clark. You ready? Now, if you don't get it right, you have to pay me. I'm trying to make a point here.
I've already lost, man. I mean, I can't name anybody.
It's the way you didn't put in any effort to even guess right now,
Yo,
man.
that is my
I'm
point.
not going to lie to myself and make myself look bad on television. I'm just going to say, hey, I don't know a lot of the guys. The only person I knew was Clark because he was a new guy that was in most media. I mean, it was hot.
And he's good, right?
And he's a great player. But again, I knew Micah.
Yeah.
So look, D-Ware, these two guys are the Eagles. You know, I'm the resident Cowboy fan. You know, I've seen you out there in Dallas and whatnot. I was gonna ask you to go looking forward. You know, can this Cowboys team with this current roster, with this current generation, turn it around? Because that's really what we want to hear. We talk about championship windows with teams. Do you believe that this current core can have a championship window for real for the Cowboys?
If the first string defense can get it together and they can play more plays without having a lot of substitution, they got a chance. And that is a hard pill to swallow. I can sit here and tell you that right now. The first team defense, they're good enough to do it.
Yeah.
But right now they're a little bit disarray. I mean, now you know how this first game you're gonna be a little tired. You got the jitters.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But the second string defense, they got to get it together. Like you got to get it together because it was a big fall off from ones to twos.
That's right.
And you just can't have that. You can't have that.
D-Ware, before I let you go, my last question for you: when do the Cowboys win their next Super Bowl? How long?
Oh man, should I get another drink?
No, hold on. Another drink.
Yeah, this is gonna be some
Another
time.
drink.
This is gonna be some time.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hey, you know
It's
what?
painful, man. You know what? Yeah, give me one.
Yeah, because this is gonna be
Hey,
some
pour me
time.
up.
You said Super
No,
Bowl.
it's okay, yeah.
Why you ain't say NFC Championship game?
Hold on. D-Ware's
I need a
thinking.
heavy
Take
pour.
your time. Take your time.
I need a heavy pour, to be honest with you.
heavy pour.
I don't think I'm ready for this answer.
I'm taking my time on that. You said the next Super Bowl.
Next
right?
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Last one was 95, I believe. How long till the next one?
I'm really thinking about this too. I'm not playing around.
And
That's pretty good.
Like,
That's pretty good.
I tell you what. I would say in 2 years.
oh yeah,
The reason why I would say in 2 years. I think in the next 2 years we got what 4 first-round draft picks.
Yep.
Very true.
Okay. I see you going.
We got 4 first-round draft picks. All right, it's gonna take at least a year for them to get the experience under their belt. So I would say that at least the next 2 to 3 years we'll be able to have it. And by that time we're gonna have more, just better drafts with defensive guys coming out. It was more of an offensive draft, this year. But I think that I would say 2 or 3 years we'll be able to get that if we draft good in the first round.
D-Ware, appreciate you, brother. First guest in
Yes, sir.
the Speak Easy, big dog. Hey, I'll holla at you,
Thanks,
bro.
bro.
Thank you, family.
My dude.
Hey, y'all take
D-Ware,
care, man.
bless
Thank
you,
y'all.
brother.
Yes, sir.
That's my
For
guy
sure.
right there.
Hey, he said the next 2 years. He said a lot of stuff right. That, I believe, was wildly wrong. Next 2 years.
But he's smart though. You see how he crafty. He throwing them draft picks.
that's
what
what
he threw the draft picks.
Look, I think that has a little bit of something to do with you even asking, can you name anybody on that defense? We're about to draft some people you can name, and then after that, we might still disappoint in the playoffs.
Hey, Tupac, Lane Johnson might be joining us. Texture boy.
He said, "Yo,
Yeah,
it's the
Texture
first
boy.
thing he said,
Lane Johnson Eagles, two-time Super Bowl champ.
I'll let you know
future
when
Hall
I'm
of Famer.
done in here and I'm out the locker room.
Beautiful. So Lane Johnson, stay tuned for that. We will get, again, in the Speakeasy, we getting players right after the game, man. We're getting Hall of Famers. It's the first show. Let's get back to the Eagles for a moment.
Yes.
Because he said that Jalen Hurts wouldn't scare him. But I do also understand what he was trying to get to about Jalen Hurts offensively. Does he get too much criticism? Kieran, let me ask you, because I played for the Eagles. Shady obviously played for the Eagles. Would you say, as an opposing fan, do you think that Jalen Hurts gets too much criticism?
I wouldn't say he gets too much criticism. I'd say that the hesitancy with the hype is really where a lot of opposing fan bases call out Jalen Hurts. It's not that he isn't good. I've watched him outperform Patrick Mahomes in 2 straight playoffs, or 2 straight Super Bowls, right?
Yeah.
Right? You can't say that he's a bad quarterback. I think it's the fact that he has an incredible team around him, and people look at that and think he can do more. I think you're unjust if you don't think
how
other
much more
quarterbacks can
can
do more.
you do besides the Super Bowl MVP?
Not much. Not
That's
much. So
like-
it's hard to criticize
Like
him.
that. What infuriates me is when people say, "Well, Justin Herbert could be doing this." Well, Joe Burrow could be doing this.
Yes.
Well, if you put any quarterback on the Eagles, they could be doing this. No, they couldn't.
Yeah.
Number one, you got to stay healthy, which Jalen Hurts does. Number two, you got to find a way to win. However it looks. Against the Los Angeles Rams, 44-yard run to the touchdown, to the end zone. It wasn't a pass.
Right.
He just found a way to get it done. So the criticism, Jalen Hurts won't quiet until he starts throwing for more than 152 yards in a game, especially with 2 prolific wide receivers. He's not going to quiet it. It's just not going to come from me anymore. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I think there's still questions for me on whether he's a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah.
But that's where if the argument is, are you top 3 in the league while winning a bunch of Super Bowls? Who cares?
Yeah. See,
it's a dumb argument in the first place.
Yeah, I don't really get into all that though, right? Like they want to rank him so bad. Is he top 3, top 5? I don't care about that. He's a really good winner. He's a really good quarterback, and he's an elite quarterback. He is that. My thing is for us to be a go back to back champions like we want to, we gotta get A.J. Brown involved.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be a complete offense, it's like if you're in the Army, you have all this different artillery, right?
Yeah.
And all this different armor. You want to do all these different things. If we can't utilize them, how can we be a great team?
Yep, to even speak more about this point of Jalen Hurts, right here, the Eagles have won 15 straight games in which Jalen Hurts has started and finished the game. 15 straight games.
We can't complain about it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I love it, right? He's a winner, and he's making my team win. I'm for that. But all I'm saying is, for us to be a dominant team this year, because now we want a Super Bowl. Everybody's after you. You don't get your best. We got to be able to utilize everybody, though, right? There's no reason to have a top. Think about this for a second, though. We got a top 3 running back in the game.
But what's it matter? I got to cut you off. Shady.
Bro.
15 straight games.
In those 15 straight games, Watch,
all right, hold on.
38 touchdowns and only 4 giveaways.
What?
Okay, so real quick. No,
What are you talking about?
I hear what y'all saying, all right? But I've been in them locker rooms. I've been in that huddle.
Yep.
And you telling me if I'm an all-pro running back, right, which I was for some years, and we winning games and I'm not even part of it, like, how long is that going to last for? I'm being serious. Because last year, Saquon was getting almost 200 yards every other game. Let's think about it for a second, though. Last year, Saquon was getting almost 200 yards every single game, almost. Correct, right? So he didn't really – Jay didn't have to really throw the ball, really.
Yeah.
But this last game, if we giving AJ some opportunities, though, even like just taking shots, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get a flag because he is that good.
But that sounds like
the game should have been that close.
But that sounds like ego to me, right? Now every superstar deserves to have an ego. Backup linebackers, hi, that's me. You don't get egos, but like superstars deserve to have egos. But that sounds like ego to me. Like, how can you complain after another W?
But I'm thinking, so why even have elite players? So when you brag about the Eagles team, you're going to say the team's so great, right? And the reason why is because all these players. But the way y'all talking, we don't even need them then. We don't even need AJ then. We don't even need AJ.
The way the game flow
If it's me, you know what I'm going to do?
What you doing?
I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get some strong, aggressive, fit wide receivers that can block well, right? And that's good for getting contested catches. I don't need no superstars out there. The way y'all talking?
To be fair, Shady,
The way y'all talking.
I think this game is not a game where you needed A.J. Brown to go off to win the game. Yes, it was ugly, it was sloppy, but there's going to be games where A.J. Brown does go off and have that 100-yard game because that's what the Eagles need to win.
I'm not even talking about yards. The brother had 1 attempt.
Yeah, 1 target.
How am I a top 3, top 5 receiver and you give me 1 target?
My question
But
to
let's real quick. Let's hear me out.
Go ahead,
I'm not even saying for 100 yards. I'm not even talking about that. I can't get 5 targets?
The question for me is this. How long will it last? Eagles fans will be happy. Jalen Hurts will be happy. Nick Sirianni, Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, Howie Roseman, general manager, will be happy. How long will A.J. Brown be happy getting 1 target at the 1 minute, 47-second mark? That's the question you at home need to be asking yourself, whether you're a football fan or a fantasy football fan. If you're A.J. Brown, the human, A.J. Brown, the competitor, A.J. Brown, the athlete, how long will he be happy? Last year, he was reading books, and that wasn't until the end of the season. Last year, he said passing was an issue. That was about, I think, maybe week 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't have my laptop in front of me. Week 1, season just started, and A.J. Brown only got 1 target, and it was after the 2-minute warning when the game was really all but sealed. I do start to worry eventually A.J. Brown is going to grow tired of the same old. He's won a Super Bowl now. He ain't got to chase a Super Bowl anymore. Now he might just want to chase being the best version of himself, and I don't know if A.J. Brown can be the best version of himself.
That's my question for you guys. Do you think that Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown can be the best versions of themselves with Jalen Hurts playing quarterback?
That's a great question.
I'm not talking team accomplishments. They're going to win Super Bowls again. There's no doubt in my mind. Will they be as good of wide receivers as they possibly could be in the grand scheme of things with Jalen Hurts as their quarterback?
No. Wow. But it doesn't matter. What's fascinating about football, and every great player, I didn't have to make this decision, every great player like the man to my right eventually has to make a decision. And it usually occurs year 4, year 5, where they have to decide, what do they want out of life? Do they want generational, life-changing money? Do they want to win a Super Bowl? Do they want to be a premier feature player on their team? Usually you can pick 2. Sometimes you can only pick 1, but you rarely get to pick all 3. A.J. Brown could have been on the Titans. He could have been going for 1,500 yards, getting every target known to man. Derrick Henry's gone. He could have stayed on the Tennessee Titans. He wouldn't have a Super Bowl. He could have stayed on the Tennessee Titans. He would have got paid there. Of course, they ain't paying nobody else to my knowledge. He would have got paid there. But A.J. Brown chose to go to a team where he's now been to 2 Super Bowls and he's won 1. So if you're A.J. Brown, you can only complain so much because you got a Super Bowl and you got money. Every superstar has to make the decision. Shady went to the Buffalo Bills. He ain't win very much.
But time out.
Highest paid running back in football, though.
But I was the highest paid.
That's my point.
For the Bills, but also I was top 3 with the Eagles. So what I'm telling y'all is this though. A.J. Brown came to the Eagles, won a championship, right? Been to 2 Super Bowls, but he also was one of the highest paid wide receivers. The Eagles did that, and he had 1,400 yards. Also, he's been all pro since he's been an Eagle. So it's like it's not like he can't get busy. Okay. Nick Sirianni, right? I think he's a fantastic coach. He really is. And he watched this game. He's happy we won the game. But you think he's satisfied how the offense played when his best receiver only got 1 target? I'm not even saying yards, it's target. What y'all think? The head coach won the game. He's happy they won the game. But do you think he's satisfied that how it went?
I think he's satisfied with a dub. A dub is a dub at the end of the day.
But he's saying how it went, though.
Dub is not a dub, man.
I mean, I'm curious in the chat. Trey, can you ask the chat? Eagles fans, y'all satisfied with how it went?
I'm happy we won, but I'm not satisfied how we won.
I feel you.
Because my thing is, it's so many things that happens, though. If you throwing and you taking shots at A.J. Brown, you going to get pass interference calls. The same way how the Cowboys got one. Like small things like that. Now the defense got to think different. How can we guard this? How do we, what's the game plan now? All these things come into factor. Now I can play action more. If you threw the ball a lot better this game, right? Yeah. Or took different shots, maybe Saquon, he had 18 carries. Maybe he has 15 carries, but he has 100. Like, all these things matter.
That matters. I do want to know what Lane thinks, 2-5. Let us know where Lane is at with things. Lane Johnson should be joining the show in a matter of moments. He will be our second guest in the Speakeasy. Lane just called. Now we don't yet have the technology to put Lane from Shady's phone on FaceTime to y'all, but Lane Johnson will literally be joining the show momentarily. In the meantime, as we wait on Lane, my thought is this. If you're Nick Sirianni, you didn't punt the football in the first half. So if you didn't punt the football in the first half, how upset can you be? If you're Nick Sirianni and your offense went out there and went down the field and got 7, went down the field and got 7, went down the field, got 3, went down the field and got 7, how upset can you be? Did the offense stall? Yes. But it didn't stall until the 45-minute delay in the third quarter. After the 45-minute delay, Cowboys punted, Eagles punted. Cowboys punted, Eagles punted. So I would suggest the Eagles' offense stalled more of a result of the weather than as a result of the lack of usage of A.J. Brown. So as I think about it, if you're Nick Sirianni, I think to some degree you have to be okay because you got the dub, and that is all that matters. Lane Johnson joining the show in a matter of moments. It's the first time in the Speakeasy, so we're figuring out the different technicalities and technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But Kieran, what you got?
I got one question for y'all real quick, though. If you A.J. Brown, right, do you even want to be an Eagle after this type of stuff? I'm being serious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, guys, I think we might be doing a little bit too much on the A.J. Brown thing. Yes,
right.
I think he's a very mature man. It might be because of all of the books that he read while on the sideline, but also at the same time, we're talking about a guy that made a catch that put them in position to put the game away. Without that catch, that one catch, and yes, I know that's the one target that he got. Without that one catch, they're not in position to go put the game away with a 3rd and short.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do from now on, right? We got a game tomorrow. We're gonna be on it. The Chiefs and the Chargers, right? Me and Acho gonna do all the talking. I'm gonna let you say one thing. You got one segment. You gonna have one segment, all right? And I won't hear another word from you the whole time.
That's crazy.
And after the day, I want to ask you, how you feel, man? Hey, man, hey, we won today, man. Hey, we did good. You gonna shake my hand?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
That matters, though.
It's real hatred, man. You know, it's real hatred. As a Cowboys fan, I think it's a little funny that you guys are, complaining as much about a Super Bowl champion coming out and getting a victory on the ring ceremony night or whatever it is. It's you're spoiled. You're a little spoiled. I'm being honest with you.
What type? So real quick, the way we played tonight and we got the dub. You think the Super Bowl team again?
They didn't look like it. Eagles didn't look like a Super Bowl team.
But the first games always be weird like that.
Of course, but the Cowboys were sloppy too, and the fact that what worries me is that the Eagles were sloppier.
Okay, better question. So the Cowboys, how do you see them finishing record-wise?
Now I think they
playoff team?
No, they might mess around and get to 7-9 wins though. I thought the Cowboys were going to be the dregs of the NFL.
So 7-9.
I think they might get 7-9 wins. I think they might get there. This is the Speakeasy. We're letting go into how the kitchen is actually made. Shady McCoy texting Lane Johnson, going to get him on the show. Shady, just send Lane the link that's necessary. Going to get him on the show. Don't want to let y'all go until we get Lane on this show. He literally just finished playing in the game. Helped the Eagles rush for 140 yards, so things should be good there. I'm actually, again, like I said, I'm pleased with the Cowboys, surprisingly enough. I'm disappointed in the Eagles. But so long as the Cowboys are 0-1 and the Eagles are 1-0, that's actually all that matters. Kieran, Schottenheimer made his coaching debut.
He did.
Being a head coach for the Cowboys is one of the...
I thought he did good, too.
He did. I think being a coach for the Cowboys is one of the biggest jobs in the world. How'd you feel about his debut?
I think coming into the season, a lot of people, especially Cowboys fans, weren't too motivated by the hire of Brian Schottenheimer. He hadn't been an elite offensive coach in other places and whatnot, but in this performance, in the very first half, Acho, the man scores 20 points, which is better than the combined point total that we had last season against the Eagles. I'm very encouraged by Schottenheimer. I do think a couple of drops from CeeDee Lamb would have stopped this from being, honestly, a phenomenal offensive performance. And when you look at this Cowboys team moving forward, they have fixed some of the things that we were most concerned about last year, right? We weren't able to run the ball. We weren't able to run the ball whatsoever. We weren't able to stop the run. Now, we still have stopping the run issues, but Javonte Williams had a great game. I don't think anybody would have expected it. And nobody would have expected the big run that Miles Sanders even had today. That does give you some form of encouragement moving forward for this Dallas Cowboys team. Is it going to be a Super Bowl champion, NFC East division contending offense? I don't think so.
I want to know in real time, what's the YouTube chat talking about, bro? As we wait on
Lane.
Let's answer some questions. What's the YouTube chat?
So the chat, I'm not going to lie, the chat's been on Shady's head. The chat has been on Shady's head a lot about AJ. I think they do think AJ's going to be happy. It's very split, though. Some comments are saying AJ's going to be, out of here by week 7. Some are saying that he's going to be perfectly fine.
I hope he stays. I hope he does stay.
Yeah.
We need AJ Brown. We need AJ Brown.
Yeah.
First of all, I love my team. And all I'm saying is that for us to be better, why wouldn't we give him some more attempts? That's all I'm saying. What the chat saying? I love the chat.
I want to use some names.
Yeah, okay,
I want to put some names and addresses on it so it don't get lost in the mail.
So Dust Falcon is saying that AJ literally just had 1,000 yards. AJ has the talent and skill to make the Hall of Fame, but won't with the Eagles, is what Jordan E is saying. There's a couple of guys, but I saw a comment earlier. I'm going to try to find his name, but he said, look, as bad as it might be tonight, A.J. Brown was not the same player with Tennessee that he has been with the Eagles. He's had better years with the Eagles with Jalen Hurts as his quarterback than he did in Tennessee with whoever they had over there.
That is true. And again, for me, it's almost like the Stephon Diggs of it all, right? Like, let's not get upset, A.J. Brown, when you have a lull game, when you have a lull 6 games, when you have a lull 8 games. You saw what happened with Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. You don't know how good you got it until it's gone. You feel me? Like, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, he's throwing his hands up in the playoffs. All of a sudden, Stephon Diggs, you're not with Josh Allen anymore. And life ain't been as sweet. Obviously, there was an injury there, but life before Josh Allen wasn't as sweet for Stephon Diggs. Life after Josh Allen wasn't as sweet for Stephon Diggs. And life for Josh Allen has been just as sweet with or without Stephon Diggs. Jalen Hurts' train is still going to keep moving.
Exactly.
So, A.J. Brown, whether you get on the train or get off the train, just know Jalen Hurts is taking his train to the playoffs every single year as a starter and the Super Bowl.
I think I just found my favorite comment in the chat, though, as well. Josh Porcher says, D-Jack, Shady, and Vic versus Hurts, Saquon, and Brown. What's the more exciting big 3?
Oh, Jack, Shady, and Vic are more exciting.
I would
but who wins more?
I would go the other way, though.
Really?
What do we win?
But that's what I said.
We had
we're
stats.
talking about excitement,
we had
though.
stats. We had set records. We would break our own records. But we ain't win nothing. Saquon went for 2,000 yards. Russell Chan, well, I got Russell Chan, but he had 2,000 yards. You look at A.J. Brown, all-pro wide receiver, right? And then you look at Jalen Hurts, he's Super Bowl MVP. I keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love my squad, and I love their squad. All I'm saying is nobody in the world can tell me that the Eagles is a better offense when A.J. Brown is only getting 1 attempt at wide receiver and we win the game. I just can't go by that. I played this game long enough to know that, like, everything works together, though. Like, if A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts is connecting, right, it makes the running game easier. It makes the blocking for the linemen easier. Everything works together. It makes the play calling easier for the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't give a damn how we win the game. I want to win. But what I'm saying is to make the game easier, though, everything has to work together. That's all.
We've been in the Speakeasy talking about this game for a while, but there's a gigantic game tomorrow.
Yes.
Chiefs
and
the Chargers. What happened?
I believe we have a Mr. All-American, Mr. All-Pro, Mr. All-Everything.
Oh, look at my boy.
Right tackle joining the show here.
I just got in the truck.
Oh, damn.
That better? Yeah, there we go.
Hey, that thing growing, huh?
Hey, that's all I got.
Lane Johnson in the building.
Wow.
In the Speakeasy?
Pay the Lane, you're in the Speakeasy, bro. You are the second guest ever in the Speakeasy. Demarcus Ware, he just left the Speakeasy. You the second one ever.
Hey, you just played a game. You can't get a drink, but we can.
That's what I'm talking about.
Lane,
Take a big gulp on me.
Lane, how does the first dub feel, bro? Just talk to us.
That was the craziest opening to a game I've ever been a part of. And just the whole game in general. Like, I had a delay in college one time, but there was a lot going on. But, I thought offensively we responded well. I wish we would have done a little bit better when we came out from the delay. But, man, the dub's the dub. It wasn't pretty, but, a lot of the first 4 or 5 games of the season, you're trying to figure out, who you are and what the defenses are going to be throwing at you.
Hear that, Shady? A dub is a dub, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's address the opposite elephant in the room. How much easier was it going against the Cowboys without Micah Parsons?
Wow.
It's like, do you want the Jaguar to get into the village? Hey, no. Hey, they have cars that go 0 to 60 in 2-point whatever. He's a 4.38 guy out there on the edge, so he's running what receivers run at 250. So it's fast.
Hey, we was laughing.
Yeah, right, 4.38.
We was laughing with Demarcus Ware, and I was like, it's crazy because I offered him a deal. I said, look, I'll give you $1,000. I know he didn't need it, but $1,000 if you could name me the D lineman other than Kenny Clark on the defense line. He was like, he didn't know. You know what I mean? But
Demarcus, Demarcus Lawrence is out there, Micah, Tyrone back in the day, he's not there. Nobody's there. Sean Lee, ain't nobody there no more. I don't know anybody.
Because I didn't, damn, he didn't know nobody. Listen, that's crazy. But look, real quick, I didn't even see no, real pressure, though, from them. And I'm thinking, they keep asking, will they miss Micah? Will they regret the trade? I'm thinking, yo, you know how hard it is to replace a guy like Micah? So it's better to ask somebody like you, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a lot. Guys are jumping into new roles, expecting to be backups. But, I played against Sam Williams a bunch before. I played against Dante Fowler. and they're one of the guys that, hey, like, you go watch like the first drive, he almost got me with a good club. So if you come out sleeping on guys, you can get embarrassed very quickly. So, but to your point, yeah, it was a lot nicer not having Micah. So I mean, we're going to see him down the road this year, but you know, it was what it was.
I got a lot of homies on this team, like yourself, my boy. AJ, my boy, right? And I'm always telling these guys, I want to win. I want the Eagles win at any cost. But for us to be a really good offense, he can't have one target. That can't happen. How was my boy after the game? How was his?
I mean, he won the damn game. He won the game for us. But hey, you got to see it from our perspective. I have a dude running through my face every play, and sometimes I see Jaylen rolling out. Sometimes I see the ball. I don't know what the hell's going on until I watch the all 22 tape, so I can actually see. But you know, I don't know why we can't just have the iPads running. We're still printing papers on the sideline. Like, what are we doing?
Lane, let me ask you, bro.
What are we doing? It's so frustrating.
Do you care how y'all win as long as y'all win? Because Eagles winning is the biggest debate in, like, all the sports media. The Eagles win, but everybody got something critical to say. Do you actually care how it looks so long as y'all get a dub like y'all just got tonight?
You know, I would like for it to be not as close. You'd like to be a dominating victory, but, you know, every game has a different style to it. But ultimately, a win's a win. When you go back and you look at teams, or they say, what was their record that year? So the wins are very important, especially against a division opponent. And, you know, in 2018, you know, the year after the Super Bowl, it was a tough year for us. We had to surge back late. So these early games are very important.
Now, you've always been a great teammate, right? I can say that. Like, he's always been a great teammate. And I want to ask you a question, all right? And it's kind of like off the field. Jalen Carter, right? I look at this. A young defense, right? They're missing a lot of pieces from last year. So you need your superstars to play big. And Jalen Carter, he always plays big. But he has an incident where he spits on a player and he gets kicked out. Like, as a teammate, how do you guys handle that? Because I will be mad as shit about that. Like, how do you go without you, bro?
Yeah, no. I mean, he knows what he is to the team. We talked to him tonight. We're going to talk to him again tomorrow. But it's a hard lesson learned. I mean, that's the way that you learn. But
what was the talk? You say you talked to him tonight. What was that talk?
It was, hey man, I mean, it's really about composure. I mean, you play a lot of football. You've seen a lot of crazy things out there. There's been a lot of words said that you would like to throw a right hook at them, but hey, it might throw you out the game. So. But yeah, man, hey, it was a devastating part of the game, and like I said, I never been a part of a game where all this stuff happened in one game.
Hey, do y'all talk? I think Shady Mike Pack switched off. We're gonna switch it back on real quick, Lane. We're gonna let you go momentarily. Do y'all talk at all about Super Bowl? You've been to 2 now in 3 years. I believe y'all got the best offense in all of football. But is Super Bowl something that comes up in conversations in the locker room, etc.?
I mean, it's definitely where our end destination wants to be. But, you know, when you're driving, you're not looking 500 miles ahead. You're looking right there in front of you. So, man, it's a long season. A lot happens. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. So, really trying to build some momentum to keep it going. But, yeah, man, it's – you know, I think whenever you saw, you know, what we were capable of, and I think whenever maybe a team isn't playing to what they're capable of, you know, like I said, that's what the debate's about. So
last one, 2-5. Last
thanks
one.
For coming on, my brother. Real quick. I'm super happy we won the game tonight. That's all I care about is getting the dubs. The way we played tonight, from what you've seen on offense and what you've seen on defense, do you think we're back-to-back champs?
I mean, we didn't play that Super Bowl today. So today, no. Today, no, we're not.
Okay.
But, you know, there's a lot of young players that played in the Super Bowl last year. One of them had a pick six. So there's a lot of guys that are, the more they play, the more their knowledge of the game is going to increase. And so, like I said, let's get this momentum. Let's get this ugly win. You know, we'll take it. Wasn't pretty. You know, it was a sloppy, you know, you wanted over easy eggs, hey, and it came out a little too sloppy.
That's true, though. That is true, though.
That's what it was.
Only an offensive lineman to make a food reference. Lane, you the realist, bro. Future first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best that's ever seen that right tackle position. Lane Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro, he was good first day.
First day.
He the first rookie. I'm lying. Him and Josh Allen are the only rookies I ever seen was nice the first day. I'm talking about first day, not past shorts. I'm like, who is he? So Lane, I never told him that, but Lane always been a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Salute,
my God.
Fun fact about Lane too, before he gets out of here, you guys know he went to Oklahoma as a quarterback.
We knew that.
As a quarterback out of Kilgore, we built him different in Texas.
No, they got me as a tight end, but I was playing quarterback in junior college, and hey, let's just say I had more tackles and touchdown passes.
There we go.
Lane, get out of here, bro. Go get some rest.
Get some rest, brother. Get some rest.
Love y'all, man.
Love you, bro.
Talk soon.
Peace.
My guy right there.
That was Lane Johnson. Hey, before we get out of here, let's talk quickly about the game tomorrow. Chiefs, they are a team on a mission. Mahomes, he is a man on a mission. But Jim Harbaugh, his second year with the Niners when he was previously coaching, went to a Super Bowl. It's now Jim Harbaugh's second year with the Chargers. They are standing in the way of Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Shady, real quick, what do you anticipate and what do you need to see from the Chiefs?
Belt the ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I said it. Patrick Mahomes, for as successful as he is, as good as he is, right? As decorated as his resume is, he getting a lot of disrespect. I'm seeing Hall of Fame quarterbacks not mention him in the top 3. I'm seeing people act like he ain't the top 3 or number 1 dude in the league. I see it. So you know what he did? He cut his hair. He looked pissed off.
Yeah.
Andy Reid. I'm just going to say this, though. I know Andy Reid very, very well. And the disrespect they've been getting, like they not probably the best team in the last 5-6 years, right? The Chiefs is the truth right now. And everybody disrespect them. So I expect the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes to have a great year. I expect Patrick Mahomes to be the old Patrick Mahomes. Get 50 touchdown Patrick Mahomes.
See, my parents ain't use a belt, so I expect stick.
Oh, wow. You got to switch from the backyard, man. No.
I expect
That's a case.
That's the case. Before it's the statute of limitations. Statute of limitations. I expect stick to lower back.
Wow.
The lower back.
Yeah, lower back.
The Chargers are, I think, a good upcoming team right now.
Yeah, they're going to get spanked.
Wow. Okay.
They're going to get spanked.
Okay.
We have to discuss this before we get out of here. Maybe the biggest storyline of this offseason, Travis Kelce said he wants to return to All-Pro form.
Oh, it's not where I thought you were going with Travis Kelce. I thought you were going to say Travis Kelce just got, engaged to Taylor Swift. Yeah.
He did.
That's actually more important, though.
But
here's my question.
Are you a Swiftie? I'm a Swiftie.
Absolutely.
We Swiftie.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, my bad. My bad.
Here's my question, though. All Travis Kelce has accomplished this offseason, incredible stuff. One of the biggest podcasts in the history of podcasts, having Taylor Swift on it, getting engaged, cover of GQ magazine. But last year was a down year for him. He's only getting older. Do we expect Travis Kelce to return to All-Pro form?
I absolutely do think so. I think you've seen what he's done in the offseason. He's worked on his body. They're saying that he's probably in the best shape that he has been in the past couple of years. Also, there were some injury things. Early on in the season, I think it was 2 years ago, he had a nagging injury early on, missed some games. He ended up missing a game towards the end of the year before they went and won that Super Bowl. I think Travis Kelce, it's Andy Reid's offense. They are still going to be
bro, you making
an
shady,
Andy Reid offense.
You driving shady to drink,
pour it
bro.
Up. Pour it up.
Pour
it up. I'm calling it right now. 1,000+ yards. He'll be second team because Brock Bowers is generational. And I think he's going to be one of the best tight ends in all of football. Again.
Man, you know what? Sometimes when you got so many All-Pros, you ain't worried about that. You about to marry a billionaire. You ain't worried about that. You ain't worried about winning a championship. Yeah. The last time he was in the championship in the spotlight, they got embarrassed. They didn't get beat. They got embarrassed. So the real question is, it ain't All-Pro. I think he's going to be efficient this year. He's going to be a really good player. I don't know about All-Pro. All-Pro's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even at his best, like, to get All-Pro, that's hard.
Trey, I got a question for the chat. Do we expect Travis Kelce to have a bounce-back year? It's going to be the last question for the chat. It's our last question for you on YouTube. Do y'all expect Kelce to have a bounce-back year?
The chat is concerned about Shady's well-being right now. They say he got to get an Uber home. Triggermania said.
But real quick, it ain't me. They making me drink all this craziness. Kelce, he almost 40, talking about All-Pro. He gonna have a great year. He gonna be All-Pro year.
If Kelce balls this year, that would maybe be the most impressive feat you could suggest in the history of sports.
It means so much for Taylor Swift's legacy as well. 100%. Come on. Hey, dab me up again.
Swiftie.
Come on.
Y'all are ridiculous. Here's why. If you can be on the cover of GQ, propose to a billionaire, drop the most streamed pod. I think he was in Adam Sandler's movie. If you can do all that after going to the Super Bowl, come back and ball, then you can do anything. But here's the thing. I heard this one time. Nobody cares what you're doing until you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. If Travis Kelce is not balling on the field, all of a sudden, he's distracted with Taylor Swift. Why was he on the cover of this magazine? Why was he in movies? He needs to stop doing podcasts. If Travis doesn't ball this year, everybody's going to come out the woodwork.
Wait. But if they win and he don't ball like you on the ball, I don't think that matters.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And they going to win this year.
I agree.
They won't beat us in the Super Bowl, but they going to get there.
Taylor Swift going to perform. That might be
she definitely will. Poll in the chat also from earlier, 60% of Eagles fans are pleased with the wins, but 40% wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. That's a honestly more surprising split than I thought it was going to be.
Where am I, you think? Where am I at?
I think you're because
we got, you see I was yelling.
I think you're putting on more 70-30, not please, but I think you're really 55-45 please.
I mean, I'm happy we won though. Like we got to win. My Eagles got to win, right? I won money tonight because we won. But
that bottle will be gone if we
lost, this whole thing will be gone.
Absolutely.
Hey, we haven't even
tell my mom.
We haven't even showed off the toys in the facility yet. Taylor, can y'all make the studio green? We ain't even showed off the toys. We got a brand new studio. We got toys in the studio. We haven't even showed off the toys. It's the inaugural show. We got to show off the tricks. We got to show off the tricks for the people. Now, if y'all can't do it, tell me, and I'll stop bragging about it. But so an expensive studio, and we are showing off the toys in the studio. We're in the meantime, what's the poll saying about what's going to happen with Travis Kelce and them?
The poll for Travis Kelce right now.
Like, is he going to have a bounce back year?
I think a lot of people.
Oh, 50-50?
Yeah, it's pretty even right now. It's pretty even right now.
Deadlocked.
Yep.
Well, I hope you guys get invited to the wedding because I will be there.
Wow, are you really going?
Shady, you're not going.
That's crazy.
Shady, you're not.
We friends.
You're not that cool of friends.
Yes, we are.
It might be a big wedding.
And his brother's one of my good friends. So what we talking about?
Ooh,
maybe
he does have a plug.
When I got to Kansas City, you know what? Who I hung out with the whole training camp? Travis Kelce. You know where I stayed at? Travis Kelce's house.
I'd love to go stay at Travis Kelce's house too. That'd be fun. He's got worth a lot of money. Speaking of being worth a lot of money, we're gonna go to last call with these two guys right here.
Last call.
It's time to close up shop. Get up out my bar. You've been drinking up everything, LaShawn. Goodness gracious. All right. Last call though. Any final thoughts for you guys, given this beautiful start to yet another football season?
Last call. Football-wise, the Eagles have to figure out the cornerback position. Adoree Jackson, he started the game. That's number 8 for the Eagles. I believe he got benched. That's what the streets were saying. So Eagles, I do believe they will go back to the Super Bowl, but the Eagles have to figure out the number 8 position. That's cornerback Adoree Jackson. I do think he can ball. He has to get better, or they're going to have to figure out what to do there. And it's an incredibly young team. How quickly can they mature?
Last call, it goes like this. First game, A.J. Brown had 1 target.
Yep.
By the middle of the season, he's going to be top 3 in yards.
Oh.
Jalen Hurts is going to be top 10 in yards. At the end of the year, they both going to be all pro, and we're going to be in the Super Bowl again. And Saquon Barkley will be Offensive Player of the Year again.
I think they turned the studio green after that.
They did.
I think the studio...
God said, let there be light, and we got green.
And there was light.
I'm surrounded by it.
This was the first show in the Speakeasy. Speakeasy, sophisticated sports talk. Chargers play the Chiefs. That game is on YouTube tomorrow, so we won't even be hard to find. We're going to be right here at... Turn the volume up, people. Turn the volume up out there, man. Turn the volume up. It's time to get lit in the Speakeasy. We'll see y'all right after the Chargers-Chiefs game. We will have Chiefs players joining us as well. Salute. Thank y'all for hanging in the Speakeasy.
Yo, can I get it right home? I get it right home?
Oh, somebody call Shady an Uber.
I need this man a car.
I need
Uber Black. Uber Black, please. That's it for us. We'll see y'all next time.